friend was over here one night, and it was just before midnight.
Get a narrative from you just describing. Are you ready?
1 second here,
Also,
please.
is the wire in it?
We're rolling.
Okay, so you just give us a narrative descriptive of what you've been doing with your photography.
Okay, it's been about, let's see, in December it'll be 2 years. It was a little before that. It's been about 2.5 years. I saw a guy by the name of John Bro photographing toward the sun and getting balls of light and streaks of light. And I thought, you know, to myself, I can do that too. So I got to talking to Marilyn Rubin, who puts all my pictures on her site. And she said, why don't you go ahead and try it, George? So I said, okay. I went out and I bought a video cam, and I came back and I thought about it for a few days. And finally I just decided, you know, since they told me I had an arrangement and I made some kind of deal with them, maybe they'll make one with me. So I just went out there and stood in the back door and said, if you guys will come to my camera, I will prove to the world that you exist. Whether I had done that or not, would it made any difference? I don't know. But they're still coming, and it's almost 2 years later. Now I've got over 2,000 on film. You can't see them with the naked eye because the human eye can only absorb something in the neighborhood of 21 to 24 frames a second. Anything faster than that is going to be invisible. Anything slower than that is just slow moving or a blur. So I had to decide what I was going to do with my camera because it's all automatic. And setting it outside, I was getting 30 frames a second. So I thought, I wonder if I move this into the shade of the patio enclosure with the roof over top of it, if it'll bring my exposure up. And sure enough, it brought it right up to 180. And I've had it go up as high as 250 and 350 if the conditions are right, if it's real overcast. And the more, like a day like today, I wouldn't even waste my time, I don't think. But on a day when there's like lots of chemtrails or lots of cloud cover, that's the day you want to do it because that's when you get the best contrast because they seem to emulate whatever is their background above them or turn the same color as that. And on a clear blue sky, you're not going to see a clear blue object, you know. But with the background of the clouds, you can not only make out the object, but you can make out the shadow underneath the object, on the bottom side of the object. So, like, if you were flying over one of these and looking down, and it was flying over a cornfield, if they're using projection stealth or a bioskin that can change like a chameleon or, you know, with their technology, they could probably do anything. But if you were flying over and looking down on one, and it was over a cornfield, it would look exactly like the cornfield. But if it was above the cornfield and you were looking up, it would look the same color as the sky. They probably are going in the neighborhood of somewhere between 2,000 and 4,000 miles an hour. Some of them, even the biggest ones I've gotten, some of them I can only get in one frame at 180 frames per second. So that's why a lot of people don't get UFOs when they shoot videos because they don't have their frames high enough exposure time. I found 180 works excellent for me, but I have to do a lot of things to fool my camera.
Can you describe the shapes, that some of the more striking shapes you've captured?
Oh, well, you saw the Roswell one. That's one that most people don't know what they look like. And
can you describe it?
Well, it looked just like the Roswell craft, only at a real far away distance. But it was long, had kind of like short delta wings that came back, and it had two stabilizers, one on each side that stuck up, and the front was pretty pointy. But it looked to me exactly like that drawing I showed you of the Roswell craft, because I can't think of anything we've got that moves that fast that has stabilizer tails on the horizontal surface of the wing. That just we don't have anything that fast. I get some that I call interdimensional because they're like, you can almost see through them. They don't seem to be solid, quite solid yet, like if they're coming from one dimension into this one or leaving this one to go to another one, maybe they do fade in and out, and then maybe that's why some people just say, well, they just disappear. I don't know for sure, but that's my guess. I've got them that are cigar-shaped. I've got them that are funnel-shaped. I've got just every shape you can imagine. I've got different pictures of different stuff. I mean, some of them look like cylinders with straight little legs that come out and then like a little paddle on each side. And, you know, we don't have anything like that can fly. That thing didn't even look like it should have been up there. Some of the other stuff I've taken pictures of, these things are not, aerodynamics make absolutely no difference to these craft. They can fly underwater, they can fly above water, and now it seems they can fly right through the ground. Some of them I've seen go so fast, straight down to the ground, and not come back up. There's no crash, there's no noise, there's never any noise with these things. You know, I don't know how they do that unless this material world to us is not that material to them, because they're from a higher vibration. So that's my guess, you know, about my best guess. The dimensional ones, the other ones, it's anybody's guess. I mean, there's got to be, who knows? I mean, there's probably 20 civilizations visiting us off and on. I don't know if you've heard the rumors, but I've heard there's a Star War going on out there. Well, I don't think it's any of our people involved. Maybe we're doing something to help somebody somewhere along the line, but the military doesn't have the right to do what they're doing to the public and to their soldiers. There's going to be a big turnaround.
Okay. I think that's good.
Okay.
What we maybe could do is...
If you're satisfied.
Pick up. So now it's picking up sound. Okay. So go ahead and say what this is for the future editor.
This is a painting that George had commissioned. George Ritter had commissioned of the incident at Hunter Liggett when the UFOs came in right before he was abducted. He says this is an accurate image representing what happened that night, except that the three other people are not in the picture because he didn't think they were worthy of it since they refused to open their mouths.
Tilt more at the bottom.
When I talk, this thing moves.
Yeah, tilt the bottom more toward me again. It slipped the, you know, just so it's more. Yeah. Wait a second. Yeah, even a tiny bit more. Okay, oops, stop. That's perfect. And we'll get, and you need to lower this side. No, that's too much. Okay, that's good, right? Like that. We'll get another image here. And then in moments, we will be telling you the name of the artist. I think that's as good as we can get.
Sure. John Spears.
And how do you spell the last name?
S-T-E-A-R-S.
Okay.
Okay, so repeat that once again just to make it
You want
easy
me to
for.
say it?
Well, yeah, just for the future editor to know.
Ready?
I'm ready. It's
The
recording.
name of the painter, the artist who made the image of George Ritter and the UFOs is John Spears. The last name is S-P-E-A-R-S.
From Pennsylvania.
From Pennsylvania. What year was it painted?
Is it on the back?
1996.
All right.
Excellent. But you don't need to, yeah, that's good.
See, who's